first carry for Ryan Matthews. 5 yards is the tackle and 5. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
2nd and 5.
Let's see what the Eagles rookie hitting on.
Play fake to Matthews. Now it's Wentz.
Oh, yeah.
Targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught.
Let's get it.
Brought down after a good game. Matthews hauled in 7 week 1 catches to go along with over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Starting to round into
See what their quarterback hitting on. Little rookie, man. Let's get it.
At the time, he was the all-time leading receiver.
Y'all stay tuned. It's on great YouTube.
Big
Get
target,
it.
could run from the slot, out wide, you name it. And I think he's going to help take a lot of the pressure off of their rookie quarterback, Carson Wentz. Kind of give him a go-to guy to deliver the ball to.
And Matthews has it right side. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Back there, that Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Go. Detroit. Detroit. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Morris Claiborne is a former first-round pick at cornerback with skills that can match up with anyone when he's at his best.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion. They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sean Lee. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Eagles will hand things over to their field goal kicker, and that's Caleb Sturgis. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. 1 man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get it running right. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. On play action, they'll throw. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Jason Witten turned 34 back in May and turned in a great stat line in the opener. 9 catches, 66 yards. He's still got it. Born, by the way, I'm told, at the same hospital you were born at in Tennessee.
That'd be Carter County Hospital, Elizabeth in Tennessee. That's his hometown, and he later became a Tennessee Vol. So you know I like this guy. But I think not just his play on the field, how about how he's going to help that young quarterback? Be able to sit with Dak Prescott in film rooms, tell him what he's going to see, try and help him out in different ways. Of course, on the field as well, Jason Witten going to bring along that youngster.
They'll run with Elliott, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Here's Prescott, and this one caught by Dez Bryant.
Brandon, if I told you that Dak Prescott would put the ball in the air 45 times in a game, how many catches conservatively would you say Dez Bryant would have?
More than 1, probably about 7 or 8 maybe.
That may be the biggest shocker to me when I look at the stats of that game of Dallas against the Giants. 45 times Dak Prescott threw it, just 1 catch for Dez Bryant. That cannot continue for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive touch and they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go. Ryan 38.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Let's go. 1.
Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He completes it to Bryant. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted it.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Terrell McClain able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Now everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. In week 1, Wentz found Zach Ertz 6 times for 58 yards. Good start to the season for the tight end.
Good start for him, and it lets his young quarterback know that he has a safety valve at all times. You got a tight end who can run routes in the middle of the field, can run away from people at times, and is always going to be dependable. They'll need those types of numbers from Zach Ertz all season long to help out Carson Wentz in his rookie debut.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 66 yards. And the Eagles have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Come on, let's go!
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Come on, let's go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
Here we go!
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And barely able to knock it through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd down following the run. Play fake to Matthews. Now it's Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And Selleck here, left side. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. From midfield, here's Wentz. And Matthews has it right side. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have moved out in front. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
You have YouTube made him turn his whole game off, man. Hey, shout out to the Eagles rookie quarterback, man. That man was turned, man. And there you have Philadelphia Eagles gameplay. Man, I can honestly say that was a great game. Yeah, I was running the same defensive play on defense because I'm trying to figure out something. But yep, it did what it did. There you have it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Do what you got to do. And don't forget, we lit.